The Galactic Survey Team. The sleek, silver spacecraft silently pierced Earth's atmosphere, its advanced cloaking technology rendering it invisible to human detection systems. On board, the Interstellar Survey Team from the Galactic Federation adjusted their protective suits, preparing for their first encounter with the infamous planet Earth. Commander Zix, a tall, slender being with iridescent skin and 4 arms, addressed his diverse crew. Remember, this is a reconnaissance mission only. Earth has been classified as a Level 5 danger world. We observe, we document, but we do not interfere. The team consisted of 5 members, each chosen for their expertise in different fields. Besides Zix, there was Vela, the xenobiologist with scales that shifted colors with her moods. Crix, the technology specialist whose crystalline body hummed with internal energy. Nora, the cultural anthropologist whose tentacles could sense emotional resonances, and Gloop, the environmental analyst whose gelatinous form could adapt to various atmospheric conditions. As the ship descended, the team gathered around the view screen, their alien eyes widening at the sight of Earth's varied landscapes. Vast oceans, towering mountains, dense forests, and sprawling deserts scrolled beneath them. Incredible, Vela whispered, her scales shimmering with excitement. Such diversity in a single planet. The evolutionary pressures here must be extraordinary. Crix's crystalline structure vibrated with concern. Yes, but look at the atmospheric readings. The variation in temperature and pressure from one region to another is extreme. How can any single species adapt to such changes? Zix nodded gravely. That's precisely why Earth is considered so dangerous. The humans have not only survived these conditions, but have thrived and spread across the entire planet. Our mission is to understand how. The ship touched down in a remote area of what the humans called North America. As the team prepared to disembark, Gloop's gelatinous form rippled with anticipation. I've adjusted our suits to withstand Earth's gravity and filter out any potentially harmful microorganisms. But remember, we can't predict everything. Stay alert. As they stepped out onto Earth's surface for the first time, the alien team was immediately struck by the intensity of their surroundings. The gravity pulled at them more strongly than they were accustomed to, making each movement a conscious effort. The air, though filtered through their suits, felt thick and heavy in their respiratory systems. Nora's tentacles waved gently, absorbing the emotional resonances of the environment. There's so much life here. I can sense it all around us, pulsing, striving, competing. It's overwhelming. They had landed on the edge of a forest, and the team slowly made their way under the canopy of trees. The vegetation was unlike anything they had encountered before, a riot of greens in countless shades, with splashes of color from flowers and fruits. Vela was in her element, her scales rapidly shifting through a rainbow of hues as she documented the variety of life forms they encountered. Look at this, she called out, pointing to a small, industrious creature. These ants, as humans call them, can lift many times their own body weight, and they work in highly organized colonies. The parallels with some of our own species are fascinating. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the team's wonderment was tinged with a growing sense of unease. Every rustle in the undergrowth, every distant animal call seemed to carry a hint of potential threat. Crix, ever the pragmatist, was busy scanning their surroundings with his advanced senses. The biodiversity here is off the charts, but so is the potential for danger. I'm detecting numerous venomous species, predators of various sizes, and even microscopic organisms that could be lethal if our suits were breached. Zix nodded, his 4 arms constantly in motion as he documented their findings. This is why Earth is so fascinating. The humans evolved in this environment of constant challenge and threat. It's shaped them in ways we're only beginning to understand. As the day wore on, the team experienced firsthand the planet's mercurial nature. What had started as a clear, warm day suddenly turned cold and wet as a storm rolled in. The aliens huddled under a large tree, watching in awe as lightning split the sky and thunder shook the ground. Incredible, Gloot burbled, his gelatinous form vibrating with each thunderclap. The raw power of this planet's weather systems is unlike anything in our records, and the humans endure this regularly. Before anyone could respond, a new sound cut through the storm, voices coming closer. Human voices. "Quick," Zix hissed. "Activate your personal cloaking devices. Remember, we're not to make contact under any circumstances." The team shimmered into invisibility just as two human figures emerged from the undergrowth. They were dressed in what appeared to be outdoor gear, carrying large backpacks and using walking sticks to navigate the slippery terrain. "See, Dave, I told you we'd find shelter," one of the humans said, grinning despite being soaked to the skin. "Nothing like a good thunderstorm to make you feel alive, eh?" The alien team watched in amazement as the humans casually set up camp beneath the tree, seemingly unfazed by the raging elements around them. They efficiently erected a small shelter, started a fire despite the wet conditions, and began preparing food. "Look at them," Nara whispered, her tentacles quivering with excitement. "They're not just surviving in these conditions, they're enjoying it. I can sense their excitement, their feeling of accomplishment. It's remarkable." For hours, the alien team observed the humans, marveling at their easy adaptation to the harsh environment. The humans told stories, laughed, and planned their next day's journey, all while wild animals prowled in the darkness beyond their firelight and the storm continued to rage. As the humans finally settled down to sleep, Zix gathered his team for a quiet conference. "What we've seen here is just a small sample of why Earth is classified as it is," he said softly. "These humans casually venture into conditions that would be considered extreme survival situations on most worlds, and they do it for recreation." Vela's scales had settled into a deep, thoughtful blue. Their adaptability is unlike anything we've encountered. To evolve in an environment with such diverse challenges, it's produced a species of remarkable resilience. Crix's crystalline form sparkled with new data as he processed their observations. Not just physical resilience. Did you notice how quickly they problem-solved? How they use their tools and knowledge to create comfort in adverse conditions? Their mental adaptability is just as impressive. Kloop expanded slightly, a sign of agreement in his species, and their seeming disregard for the dangers around them. It's as if they've internalized the risks of their world to such a degree that they no longer consciously fear them. Nora's tentacles waved gently as she added her insights. There's something more. The way they supported each other, their social bonding even in stressful conditions. Their emotional resilience complements their physical and mental strengths. Zix nodded, his four arms moving in complex patterns as he recorded their discussion. All excellent observations, but remember, we've only scratched the surface. Tomorrow, we move on to observe one of their urban centers. If their wilderness is this challenging, imagine what they've created in their cities. As the night wore on, the alien team continued their vigil, watching over the sleeping humans. Each of them was lost in thought, contemplating the implications of what they'd seen. Earth was indeed a dangerous world, but its danger had forged a species of remarkable capability. The question that now burned in each of their minds was, what would humanity do when they finally reached the stars? The storm gradually subsided, giving way to a sky filled with stars. As the alien team looked up at the familiar constellations from this new perspective, they couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. Their mission had only just begun, and already Earth and its human inhabitants had surprised them. What other wonders and potential threats would they uncover in the days to come? The survival challenge. As dawn broke over the forest, the alien survey team prepared to move on to their next observation point. However, their plans were suddenly derailed when Crix detected an anomaly in their ship's systems. "Commander, the crystalline being vibrated with concern. Our ship's core is experiencing unexpected fluctuations. It seems Earth's magnetic field is interfering with our technology in ways we didn't anticipate." Zix's iridescent skin pulsed with worry. "Can we safely take off?" Crix's facets dimmed slightly. "Negative. We need time to recalibrate our systems. I estimate at least 3 Earth rotations before we can safely operate the ship." The team exchanged concerned glances. Their mission parameters hadn't accounted for an extended stay on the planet's surface. They were about to experience Earth's dangers firsthand. "Very well," Zix decided. "We'll use this as an opportunity to gather more in-depth data. But remember, we must avoid detection at all costs." As the human campers packed up and continued their trek, the alien team shadowed them, their cloaking devices active. They followed the humans deeper into the wilderness, observing their navigation techniques and survival skills. By midday, the terrain had changed dramatically. The lush forest gave way to rocky slopes as they entered the mountainous region. The temperature dropped, and wind whipped around them fiercely. Vela's scales shimmered with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The speed at which the environment changes here is astounding. How do the humans adapt so quickly? They watched as the humans effortlessly adjusted their gear, adding layers of clothing and changing their hiking strategy to tackle the steep inclines. Suddenly, a loud rumbling filled the air. The ground beneath them began to shake violently. "Earthquake," Gluck exclaimed, his gelatinous form rippling with the tremors. The human hikers reacted instantly, moving away from the cliff edges and taking cover. The alien team, caught off guard, scattered in panic. In the chaos, Nara lost her footing and slid down a rocky slope, her cloaking device malfunctioning as she tumbled. As the quake subsided, the team regrouped, only to realize with horror that Nara was missing and her cloaking was off. "There," Crix pointed with a crystalline appendage. Nara lay unconscious at the bottom of the slope, fully visible, and in the direct path of the approaching humans. Zix made a split-second decision. "We have no choice. We must retrieve her before the humans discover her. Gloop, you're the most adaptable. Go." Gloop oozed down the slope at remarkable speed, reaching Nara just moments before the humans rounded a bend in the trail. Using his malleable form, he enveloped Nara and disguised them both as a large boulder. The humans paused near them, catching their breath after the earthquake. "That was a close one, Dave," one said, leaning against Gloop's disguised form. "Good thing we packed for emergencies." "No kidding, Sarah," Dave replied, pulling out a device. "Let me check if there are any warnings about aftershocks." The alien team watched in tense silence as the humans consulted their technology, marveling at their calm demeanor in the face of natural disasters. After what seemed like an eternity, the humans moved on, allowing Gloop to drop his disguise and the team to retrieve Nara. As they tended to their injured comrade, Zix looked grim. "Our mission has become far more complicated. We're stranded, one of us is injured, and we've nearly compromised our cover. We need to find a safe place to regroup and wait for our ship to be operational." The team moved carefully through the rugged terrain, acutely aware of their vulnerability. Earth's higher gravity strained their bodies, and the thin mountain air made breathing difficult even through their suits. As night fell, bringing plummeting temperatures, they found shelter in a small cave. Nora had regained consciousness but was still weak. "I've never felt so fragile," she admitted, her tentacles drooping. "This planet's conditions are relentless." Vela nodded, her scales a muted gray of exhaustion. It's one thing to observe the humans' resilience, but to experience these conditions ourselves, it's humbling. Crix set up a small force field at the cave's entrance, providing an extra layer of protection. The humans treat this as recreation, yet for us, it's pushed us to our limits. Perhaps we've underestimated them. As they settled in for the night, a new sound caught their attention. A low, rumbling growl echoed from outside the cave. Gloop quivered anxiously. "What is that?" Zix consulted their database. "If I'm not mistaken, that's a creature humans call a bear. A large, omnivorous predator." The team huddled together, watching in terror as a massive shape lumbered past their cave. The bear paused, sniffing the air, but the force field held, masking their scent and heat signatures. Remarkable creature, Vela whispered, her scientific curiosity overcoming her fear. Perfectly adapted to this harsh environment. As the bear moved on, the team breathed a collective sigh of relief. But their relief was short-lived as they realized their predicament. They were stranded in a hostile wilderness, surrounded by dangers they barely understood, with limited supplies and an injured team member. "We need to learn fast," Six declared. "Our survival depends on understanding this planet better. Observe everything, adapt to everything. We need to think like the humans if we're going to make it through this." Over the next 2 days, the alien team faced challenge after challenge. They learned to navigate using the stars, foraged for safe food sources using their scanners, and narrowly avoided several dangerous encounters with Earth's wildlife. They watched from afar as human rescue teams searched the area following the earthquake, marveling at their organization and the technology they employed in harsh conditions. On the 3rd day, as they made their way back to their ship, they encountered a group of human mountaineers attempting a difficult climb. The aliens watched in awe as the humans scaled sheer rock faces, their determination unyielding even in the face of dizzying heights and treacherous conditions. "Look at them," Nara said, her tentacles waving with admiration. "They're not just surviving here, they're challenging themselves further. It's as if the danger itself drives them." Zix nodded thoughtfully. "I'm beginning to understand why Earth breeds such resilience. Every day here is a test, a challenge to overcome. The humans have turned survival into an art form." As they finally reached their ship and prepared to leave Earth's surface, each member of the team was quietly processing their experiences. Gloop's gelatinous form rippled with newfound respect. "I used to think our adaptability was superior, but the humans, they adapt not just physically, but mentally and emotionally to each new challenge." Crix's crystalline structure hummed with new data and insights. "Their technology, while primitive compared to ours, is remarkably versatile. They found ways to thrive in every environment on this planet." Vela's scales shimmered with a mix of colors, reflecting her complex emotions. "In just 3 days, we faced more diverse challenges than in all our previous surveys combined. It's no wonder the humans are as they are." As the ship lifted off, Zix looked down at the Earth, its blue and green surface now holding new meaning for him. "We came here to study a dangerous planet," he said softly, "but I think we've only scratched the surface of understanding its most dangerous inhabitants. The humans are not just surviving Earth, they're thriving on its challenges, and if they ever reach the stars." He left the thought unfinished, but each member of the team understood. Their mission had taken an unexpected turn, and the report they would deliver to the Galactic Federation would be unlike any other. Earth was indeed the most dangerous planet they had ever encountered, but not for the reasons they had initially thought. Its true danger lay in the incredible species it had produced, a species that viewed adversity not as a threat, but as an opportunity. As the Earth shrank behind them, the team began preparing for the next phase of their mission. They had survived their unexpected ordeal, but the real challenge lay ahead, comprehending and conveying the true nature of humanity to the rest of the galaxy. The urban labyrinth. As the alien survey team's ship hovered invisibly above one of Earth's largest megacities, the team stood transfixed by the viewscreen. The sprawling urban landscape below them was a chaotic tapestry of towering structures, intricate transportation networks, and millions of bustling human lives. By the cosmic void, Vela breathed, her scales shifting to a dazzling array of colors, mirroring the city lights below. "It's overwhelming." Zix nodded, his 4 arms moving in complex patterns as he adjusted their scanning equipment. "This team is where we'll truly begin to understand the human capacity for adaptation. They've essentially created an entirely new ecosystem." The team had spent the past week recovering from their wilderness ordeal and preparing for this next phase of their mission. They had studied human urban behaviors, technologies, and social structures, but nothing had prepared them for the reality of a human megacity. As they descended, cloaked and undetectable, into the heart of the city, Each team member focused on their specific area of study. Crix, the technology specialist, was immediately overwhelmed by the cacophony of electromagnetic signals saturating the air. "It's incredible." His crystalline form vibrated with excitement. "Their communication networks are primitive compared to ours, yet the sheer volume and variety of data being transmitted is staggering." They watched as humans moved through the city, nearly every individual carrying or wearing multiple technological devices. Crix marveled at how seamlessly the humans integrated technology into their daily lives, using it to navigate the complex urban environment, communicate, work, and entertain themselves. Vela, the xenobiologist, found herself fascinated by how humans had adapted to the urban ecosystem. "Look at their physical diversity," she noted, her scales shimmering with interest. "They found ways to thrive in this artificial environment, yet they maintain such variety in their appearances and abilities." The team observed humans of all shapes, sizes, and colors moving through the city. Some sprinted with impressive speed to catch public transportation, while others navigated crowded sidewalks with practiced ease. The variety of food, clothing, and living spaces they encountered spoke to the incredible adaptability of the human species. Nora, the cultural anthropologist, was in her element. Her tentacles waved gently, absorbing the emotional resonances that permeated the city. "The complexity of their social interactions is unlike anything we've encountered," she said. "There's an underlying stress, yes, but also excitement, ambition, creativity. It's a whirlwind of emotion." They watched as humans engaged in countless social rituals: business meetings in towering office buildings, friends sharing meals in bustling restaurants, artists performing on street corners, and families enjoying moments of connection amidst the urban chaos. Gloop, the environmental analyst, was perhaps the most perplexed. His gelatinous form rippled with conflicting data inputs. "This environment should be uninhabitable," he burbled. "The air quality, the noise levels, the artificial light. Yet the humans seem to thrive here." Indeed, despite the pollution and the frenetic pace of city life, the team observed countless examples of humans not just surviving, but flourishing in the urban landscape. They watched city dwellers create gardens on rooftops, transform abandoned lots into community spaces, and find moments of peace in small parks tucked between skyscrapers. As night fell, the city transformed. The team marveled at how the urban environment seemed to come alive in new ways after dark. Neon lights illuminated streets filled with nightlife, while other areas became eerily quiet, revealing a new set of human behaviors and adaptations to the urban night. "It's as if they've created a planet within a planet," Zix observed, his iridescent skin pulsing with fascination. "They've taken the challenges presented by urban living and turned them into opportunities for growth and innovation." The team spent days observing the intricacies of city life, each new discovery adding layers to their understanding of human adaptability. They witnessed the complex dance of the city's transportation systems, with millions of humans navigating subways, roads, and sidewalks in a chaotic yet somehow functional harmony. They observed the city's response to crises: a major traffic accident that rippled through the transportation network, a sudden summer storm that flooded streets, a power outage that plunged entire neighborhoods into darkness. Each time, they were amazed by the speed and efficiency with which humans adapted, found solutions, and carried on with their lives. "Their resilience is remarkable," Nora noted, her tentacles quivering with admiration. "These challenges would cripple many of our worlds, yet here, they're treated as mere inconveniences." As their urban observation neared its end, the team found themselves on the roof of a skyscraper, watching the sunrise over the city. The urban landscape, which had seemed so chaotic and overwhelming at first, now appeared to them as a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability. "I think I understand now," Vela said softly, her scales a gentle, thoughtful blue. "This city, as unnatural as it seems, is just another adaptation. The humans have taken the challenges of their world and built this in response. It's their way of controlling their environment, of creating safety and opportunity in a dangerous world." Crick's crystalline forms sparkled with new insights. And in doing so, they've created new challenges, new dangers. It's a continuous cycle of adaptation and innovation. Fascinating. Six nodded, his forearms moving in complex patterns as he recorded their final observations. This urban environment is as much a part of Earth's danger as its natural wonders. It pushes humans to their limits, forces them to constantly adapt and evolve, and they seem to thrive on that challenge. As the city below them awakened to a new day, the alien team prepared to move on to the next phase of their mission. They had entered the urban labyrinth expecting to find humans constrained by their own creation. Instead, they found a species that had turned the very constraints of urban living into catalysts for growth and innovation. "We came to study why Earth is dangerous," Gloop burbled thoughtfully, "but I think we're discovering why humans are dangerous. Their ability to adapt, to thrive in environments of their own making, it's unprecedented." The team fell silent, each contemplating the implications of their observations. The human city, in all its chaotic glory, had given them a new perspective on the species they were studying. It was clear that humanity's adaptability extended far beyond mere survival in Earth's natural environments. They had taken the principles of adaptation and applied them to reshape their world, creating new challenges and opportunities in an endless cycle of growth and innovation. As they prepared to leave the city for their next destination, Zix gathered his team for a final reflection. "Remember," he said, his iridescent skin pulsing with intensity, "what we've seen here is just one facet of human adaptation. We've yet to explore their technological achievements, their cultural diversity, their potential for both creation and destruction. Our mission is far from over." With that, the alien survey team shimmered into invisibility once more, leaving the awakening city behind. They had entered the urban labyrinth seeking understanding and had emerged with more questions than answers. But one thing was certain: their report to the Galactic Federation would need to convey not just the dangers of Earth, but the remarkable, terrifying potential of its dominant species. The human ability to thrive in the face of adversity, to reshape their environment, and to constantly push the boundaries of their existence was a force that the galaxy would need to reckon with sooner or later. As they soared away from the city, each member of the team knew that their greatest challenges and most astonishing discoveries still lay ahead. The human journey from the dangers of Earth to the stars seemed not just possible, but inevitable. And the galaxy, they realized, might never be the same. The technological marvel. The alien survey team's next destination was a sprawling complex hidden in the heart of a desert, surrounded by high-security fences and shrouded in secrecy. This was one of Earth's most advanced research facilities, a place where human ingenuity pushed the boundaries of science and technology. As they approached, Crick's crystalline form vibrated with excitement. "The energy readings from this place are off the charts. Whatever they're working on in there, it's big." Six nodded, his iridescent skin pulsing with anticipation. "Remember, absolute caution is crucial here. Earth's most advanced technology may be primitive compared to ours, but it's advanced enough to potentially detect us if we're not careful." The team slipped past the facility's security measures with ease, their advanced cloaking technology rendering them invisible to human sensors. As they entered the main research building, they found themselves in a world that seemed almost alien compared to the urban and natural environments they had observed before. Laboratories filled with gleaming equipment stretched as far as the eye could see. Humans in white coats moved purposefully from station to station, their faces masks of concentration as they worked on projects that seemed to defy the laws of physics as the aliens understood them. Vela's scales shimmered with fascination as she observed a group of scientists huddled around a strange, pulsating orb. "Look at that. They appear to be manipulating gravity itself on a localized scale. The applications of such technology." "Impossible," Gloop burbled, his gelatinous form quivering with disbelief. "Their understanding of fundamental forces shouldn't be this advanced. How are they progressing so quickly?" Crick's moved from lab to lab, his crystalline sensors drinking in the wealth of data around them. It's not just one field of study. They're making leaps in quantum computing, nanotechnology, genetic engineering, and look there. The team turned to see a massive hangar where engineers were working on what appeared to be a prototype spacecraft. Its design was unlike anything the aliens had seen in their database of Earth technology. "That can't be," Nora whispered, her tentacles waving in agitation. "According to our intelligence, they shouldn't have this level of space travel capability for at least another century." Zix's forearms moved in complex patterns as he recorded everything they saw. "We may have critically underestimated their rate of technological advancement. This changes everything." As they continued their covert exploration of the facility, the team witnessed countless examples of human innovation that left them stunned. They observed scientists experimenting with clean energy sources that could potentially solve Earth's environmental crisis, medical researchers developing treatments that could extend the human lifespan significantly, and engineers creating artificial intelligences that approached sentience. In one secure lab, they found humans working on what appeared to be a form of faster-than-light communication. The implications were staggering. If successful, it would revolutionize human space exploration capabilities. "How?" Gloop asked, his form rippling with a mix of awe and concern. "How are they progressing so rapidly in so many fields simultaneously?" Crix's crystalline structure hummed as he processed the vast amount of data they were gathering. "It's their approach. Look at how they collaborate, how freely they share information between different disciplines. They're not just building on their own knowledge, but constantly incorporating ideas from other fields." Nora's tentacles waved gently as she observed the interactions between the human scientists. There's something more. Their emotions, their drive. It's like nothing I've ever sensed before. They're not just working, they're passionate, excited. Every discovery, no matter how small, fuels them to push further. Zix nodded, his iridescent skin pulsing with realization. It's the same spirit we saw in the wilderness and in the cities. That constant drive to overcome, to adapt, to push boundaries. But here, it's focused, amplified. They're not just reacting to their environment anymore. They're actively seeking to reshape it, to master it. As the day wore on, the team found themselves in a section of the facility dedicated to theoretical physics. Here, humans were grappling with concepts that even the advanced civilizations of the Galactic Federation found challenging: the nature of dark matter, the possibilities of parallel universes, the fundamental structure of reality itself. "This is beyond mere technological advancement," Vela said, her scales a deep, thoughtful blue. "They're not just creating new tools, they're expanding the boundaries of their understanding of the universe. And they're doing it at a pace that's, frankly, alarming." The team spent hours observing a group of physicists engaged in a heated debate about complex theories scrawled across multiple holographic displays. The humans argued passionately, their ideas building upon and challenging each other in real time. "Look at how they push each other," Nora observed, her tentacles quivering with excitement. Every challenge, every disagreement doesn't shut them down. It spurs them to think in new ways, to find new solutions. As night fell and the facility grew quieter, the alien team regrouped to discuss their findings. The mood was somber, each of them grappling with the implications of what they had witnessed. "We came here expecting to find a primitive species just beginning to grasp advanced concepts," Zix said, his tone grave. "Instead, we found a civilization on the brink of a technological explosion. If they continue at this pace, they'll be capable of interstellar travel within a generation." Crix finished, his crystalline form pulsing with the weight of this realization. Gloop's gelatinous form rippled anxiously. "And given what we've seen of their adaptability, their drive to overcome challenges, what will happen when they encounter the challenges of deep space, of other worlds?" Vela's scales shifted through a range of colors as she considered the question. "They'll adapt, they'll innovate. They might even surpass us in ways we can't predict." Nora's tentacles drooped slightly. "The question is, will they be a force for creation or destruction? We've seen their capacity for both." Zix was quiet for a long moment, his forearms moving in slow, thoughtful patterns. "I don't think it's that simple," he finally said. "What we're seeing here is a species with incredible potential, for good or ill. Their drive to understand, to explore, to push boundaries, it's fundamental to who they are. And that makes them both exciting and terrifying." As they prepared to leave the research facility, each member of the team was lost in thought. They had come to Earth expecting to study a dangerous planet. Instead, they found themselves grappling with the realization that the true danger, and the true marvel, was the human species itself. Their technological advancement was just one more example of their incredible adaptability, their ability to overcome the challenges presented by their harsh homeworld. But it also represented a new phase in human development, one that would inevitably lead them beyond the boundaries of Earth. As their ship rose silently into the night sky, leaving the research facility behind, Zix gathered his team for a final reflection. "What we've seen here changes the nature of our mission," he said solemnly. "We're no longer just studying a dangerous planet. We're witnessing the birth of a potentially galaxy-changing civilization. Our report to the Galactic Federation must reflect this. The question is no longer just why is Earth dangerous, but what will humanity become when they leave their cradle?" The ship accelerated, carrying the alien team towards their next destination. But as Earth shrank behind them, each of them knew that their understanding of the universe and their place in it had been irrevocably changed. Humanity, with all its potential for creation and destruction, adaptation and innovation, was coming, and the galaxy would never be the same. The cultural enigma. The alien survey team's ship hovered invisibly above a bustling metropolis, a melting pot of human cultures from around the globe. This was to be their deepest dive yet into the complexities of human society, an attempt to understand the driving forces behind humanity's relentless push for progress. Zix addressed his team, his iridescent skin pulsing with the gravity of their task. "We've seen their physical adaptability, their urban innovations, and their technological marvels. Now, we must try to grasp the intangible, their cultures, their beliefs, their dreams. This may be our greatest challenge yet." The team descended into the heart of the city, their cloaking devices active, ready to immerse themselves in the vibrant tapestry of human life. They split up, each focusing on different aspects of human culture. Nara, the cultural anthropologist, found herself drawn to a sprawling museum. As she glided invisibly through the halls, her tentacles waved gently, absorbing the emotional resonances of both the artifacts and the humans observing them. She watched as humans of all ages stood in awe before ancient artworks, their faces reflecting a deep connection to their past. In another wing, visitors marveled at cutting-edge interactive exhibits that blended art and technology in ways that pushed the boundaries of perception. "Fascinating," Nara murmured to herself. They cherished their history, yet constantly reimagine it through the lens of the present. It's as if their past and future are in constant dialogue. Meanwhile, Vela had made her way to a bustling street market. Her scales shimmered with a kaleidoscope of colors as she took in the sensory overload, the vibrant fabrics, the aromatic spices, the cacophony of languages. She observed humans from different parts of the world, their diverse appearances a testament to their species' adaptability, haggling, laughing, and sharing meals. Despite their differences, there was a palpable sense of community. "Look at how they blend traditions," Vela noted in her recorder. "Each interaction seems to create something new, yet rooted in their varied histories. Their diversity isn't a weakness, it's a source of strength and innovation." Crix found himself in a massive library, his crystalline form vibrating with excitement at the sheer volume of information surrounding him. He watched humans young and old poring over books, working on computers, engaged in quiet discussions. "Their thirst for knowledge is insatiable," Crix observed, "and look at how freely they share it. This open exchange of ideas, it must be a key factor in their rapid advancement." Gloop had chosen to explore a crowded public park. His gelatinous form rippled with fascination as he observed humans engaged in a myriad of activities. Families picnicking, athletes training, artists sketching, couples stealing quiet moments. Such a variety of pursuits, Gloop burbled quietly. They seem to find joy and purpose in so many different ways. Is this another form of adaptation, creating meaning in a chaotic universe? As night fell, the team regrouped to share their observations. But Zix had one more experience planned for them. He led them to a massive stadium where thousands of humans had gathered for a concert. As the music began, the alien team was overwhelmed by the wave of emotion that swept through the crowd. They watched in awe as thousands of individuals seemed to move as one, united by the rhythm and melody. "I've never sensed anything like this," Nara gasped, her tentacles quivering with the intensity of the emotional resonance. It's joy, longing, hope, defiance, all mixed together. How can they feel so much? As the concert reached its climax, Zix turned to his team, his four arms moving in patterns of excitement and concern. "Do you see now? This is the heart of their strength. Their cultures, their arts, their shared experiences, these aren't just byproducts of their civilization. They're the driving force behind it." The team spent the next few days immersing themselves in every aspect of human culture they could find. They observed religious ceremonies that spoke to humanity's search for meaning in the cosmos. They watched political debates that showcased both the fractures in human society and the passionate drive to overcome them. They marveled at human sports, where physical prowess met strategic thinking in displays of competition that seemed to echo humanity's struggle against their harsh world. They lost themselves in human literature, film, and virtual realities, each offering windows into the boundless human imagination. As their cultural exploration neared its end, the team gathered on a rooftop overlooking the city. The urban landscape sparkled below them, a physical manifestation of humanity's dreams and ambitions. "I think I understand now," Vela said softly, her scales a gentle, thoughtful blue. Their cultures, as diverse and sometimes contradictory as they are, all share a common thread: the desire to create meaning, to leave a mark on the universe. Crix's crystalline form hummed in agreement, and in doing so, they constantly push themselves to new heights. Every story they tell, every song they sing, every discovery they make, it all feeds back into their collective drive to grow, to explore, to become more than they are. Nora's tentacles waved gently as she added, "Their emotions, which we once thought of as a weakness, are actually their greatest strength. They feel so deeply, love so fiercely, dream so boldly. It propels them forward in ways we never imagined." Gloop's gelatinous form rippled thoughtfully. "But it also makes them dangerous. That same passion that drives their greatest achievements could lead to terrible destruction if misdirected." Zix nodded, his iridescent skin pulsing with the weight of their discoveries. That's the paradox of humanity. Their greatest strength is also their greatest threat, to themselves and potentially to the galaxy. Their cultures have shaped them into beings of incredible potential for both creation and destruction. As the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, Zix turned to his team, his expression grave. "We came to study why Earth is dangerous, but we've discovered something far more significant. Humanity isn't just a product of their dangerous world. They've internalized that danger, that challenge, and made it a fundamental part of who they are." The alien team stood in silence, watching the city come to life below them. They had come seeking to understand a dangerous planet and its inhabitants. Instead, they found themselves grappling with a species whose complexity, adaptability, and potential defied easy categorization. As they prepared to return to their ship for the final phase of their mission, each member of the team knew that their report to the Galactic Federation would be unlike any other. They weren't just reporting on a primitive species or a dangerous world. They were heralding the emergence of a force that could reshape the very fabric of galactic society. Humanity, with all its passions and contradictions, its dreams and its flaws, was poised to enter the galactic stage, and the universe, they realized, might never be the same again. The Galactic Report. The sleek, silver spacecraft of the alien survey team settled into orbit around Earth for the last time. Inside, Commander Zix and his team were engrossed in the monumental task of compiling their final report for the Galactic Federation. The atmosphere was tense, each team member acutely aware of the weight their words would carry. Zix's iridescent skin pulsed with a mix of excitement and trepidation as he addressed his team. "We've witnessed things on this mission that challenge everything we thought we knew about emerging civilizations. Our report must convey not just facts, but the true essence of what humanity represents." Vela, her scales shimmering with thoughtful blue hues, spoke first. "From a biological perspective, humans are a paradox. Their adaptability is unparalleled, yet they're physically fragile compared to many species we've encountered. It's their mental resilience, their ability to innovate and overcome, that truly sets them apart." Crix's crystalline form vibrated as he added his insights. "Technologically, they're advancing at an unprecedented rate. Their collaborative approach to problem-solving, coupled with their insatiable curiosity, has led to breakthroughs that by all rights should be beyond their current capabilities. If this trajectory continues, they could match or even surpass Federation technology within a few generations." Nora's tentacles waved gently as she contributed her cultural observations. "The depth and variety of human emotions and cultural expressions are staggering. Their art, music, literature, all of it speaks to a species constantly seeking meaning, constantly reimagining their place in the universe. This drive is at the core of their rapid advancement." Gloop's gelatinous form rippled as he summarized the environmental factors. Earth itself remains a crucible, constantly challenging its dominant species. But humans have not just survived, they've turned these challenges into catalysts for growth. They've reshaped their world while simultaneously adapting to it. As the team continued their discussion, debating how to frame their report, alarms suddenly blared throughout the ship. Zix rushed to the control panel, his four arms moving rapidly over the instruments. "Impossible," he muttered, his skin flashing with patterns of disbelief. "We're being scanned. Someone on Earth has detected our presence." The team froze, the implications hitting them all at once. Their most advanced cloaking technology, thought to be undetectable by Earth standards, had somehow been pierced. Before they could react further, a voice crackled through their communications system, speaking in perfect galactic standard. "Unidentified vessel, this is Earth's Space Command. We've been aware of your presence for some time. We mean you no harm and request peaceful communication." Stunned silence filled the alien ship. Zix looked at his team, seeing his own shock mirrored in their expressions. This changed everything. After a moment of hesitation, Zix responded, "Earth Space Command, this is Survey Team Zeta 9 of the Galactic Federation. We were surprised you were able to detect us." The human voice replied, a note of amusement evident. "We've made some advancements since your survey began. We'd be happy to discuss them, perhaps in person. Consider this an official first contact proposal." The alien team exchanged glances, a mix of excitement and apprehension palpable in the air. This was unprecedented, a species initiating first contact before they were deemed ready by the Federation. Zix made a quick decision. "We accept your proposal. Please provide coordinates for a meeting location." As the details were arranged, the team hurriedly prepared for humanity's first official interaction with galactic civilization. Their carefully crafted report would now need to be completely rewritten. Hours later, as they descended towards the designated meeting point, a secluded area outside a major city, Zix gathered his team for final words. "Remember," he said, his skin pulsing with intensity, "everything we've learned about humans suggests they're unpredictable. Be prepared for anything." The ship landed softly on a grassy field. As the door opened, the alien team found themselves face to face with a small group of humans, scientists, diplomats, and what appeared to be military personnel. A woman stepped forward, her expression a mix of wonder and determination. "Welcome to Earth," she said, extending her hand in what the aliens recognized as a human greeting gesture. "We've been expecting you for quite some time." Zix, momentarily taken aback, extended one of his forearms to reciprocate the greeting. "We thank you for your welcome. I must admit, was surprised by your level of preparedness." The woman smiled. "We've been watching the stars for a long time, hoping for this moment. Your presence just confirmed what we've long suspected. We're not alone in the universe." What followed was a whirlwind of discussions, explanations, and exchanges of information. The humans revealed that they had indeed made significant technological leaps, including advancements in quantum entanglement that allow them to detect the alien ship's unique energy signature. As the dialogue progressed, it became clear that humanity was far more prepared for galactic citizenship than the Federation had realized. They had already begun developing technologies for interstellar travel, had made significant progress in understanding the fundamental forces of the universe, and had been actively preparing for extraterrestrial contact. The alien team found themselves continuously surprised by the humans' questions and insights. It was as if the entire species had been holding its breath, waiting for this moment to showcase everything they had achieved. As the first contact meeting drew to a close, Zix and his team retreated to their ship to process what had transpired. The mood was a mix of excitement and concern. "This changes everything," Vela said, her scales flickering through a rainbow of colors. "They're not just ready for contact, they're eager for it. The question is the galaxy ready for them?" Crix's crystalline form hummed with new data. "Their technological progress is even more advanced than we thought. They're on the cusp of breakthroughs that could revolutionize space travel, energy production, even the manipulation of matter itself." Nora's tentacles waved thoughtfully. "And did you sense their emotions? The excitement, the curiosity, the sheer joy of discovery. It's intoxicating. I fear many in the Federation will find it overwhelming." Gloop burbled anxiously. "But we can't ignore the potential dangers. A species this adaptable, this driven, entering galactic society, it could upset the entire balance of power." Six listened to his team's observations, his forearms moving in complex patterns as he contemplated their next steps. Finally, he spoke. "Our mission has evolved beyond anything we could have anticipated. We came to study a dangerous planet, but we've discovered a species poised to reshape the galaxy. Our report to the Federation cannot simply be a list of observations. It must be a warning and a recommendation." The team looked at him questioningly. "We must recommend that Earth and humanity be granted full membership in the Galactic Federation, effective immediately," Six continued. "To do otherwise would be to risk alienating a potential ally, or worse, creating a potential adversary." As the implications of this recommendation sank in, the team realized that their simple survey mission had become a turning point in galactic history. Humanity, with all its potential for greatness and destruction, its boundless curiosity and relentless drive, was about to step onto the cosmic stage. As they prepared their final report, each member of the alien team knew that the galaxy was on the brink of a new era. Earth, the planet they had come to study as a curiosity, a dangerous anomaly, would soon be known across the stars. And humanity, the species forged in the crucible of that dangerous world, would carry with them the fire of innovation, the spirit of adaptation, and the boundless potential that had so captivated their alien observers. The most dangerous planet had produced the most fascinating species, and the universe would never be the same again.